Bellator 282, man. We gotta talk about it, man. The title fight. You got the belt and new. Had some solid moments on the feet. You dropped them. Um, but it
Yeah,
was it was your wrestling background, man, that ultimately won you the fight. It has been a few months now. What will you remember always about that fight weekend and the fight?
that I was just like, I felt like I was in the spot I needed to be in. Like, nothing felt too big. Like nothing felt bigger than me. I felt like, everything was going according to plan, and I was comfortable the whole time, just having a good time, enjoying every moment. And yeah, man, continue to do that. And I'm looking forward to probably going to fight early next year. Um, I think I was talking with Mike Kogan, and that's kind of where their scheduling is heading. So I'm not really too upset with it, but yeah, man, it was cool. Had a great time and just you know took it all in and soaked it all up and had a great experience.
Living in the moment, then, right? It's just that's what it's about.
Yeah, yeah, that and just like enjoying it and having fun. Not really putting too much pressure on myself because um, you know I, I felt like I was supposed to be there. I felt like I'm one of the best middleweights in the world, so that's why I didn't really feel too much pressure. And it's like I was kind of more. I was a really big underdog. No one really knew who I was, so I didn't really put much pressure on myself. Now that I'm the champ, I still don't think I'm gonna put pressure on myself though. Um, you know, I don't know. I like fighting. I like competing, and I just like having fun and enjoying it.
Did you get a chance to speak with Mousasi after the fight?
A little bit. I think we shook hands, and he like congratulated me, and then he congratulated me in a DM and on Instagram. Nice, nice guy, class act.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Definitely a guy that, yeah, if you put him on the resume, that's a big name, big win. And fighters are confident. You're confident. You just described how you felt during fight week, but there's always, I don't know, there's always a little doubt. I mean, about the next level. The next level, the championship level, and for you, you got to validate your skills. Was there any moment of doubt though, like in camp or anything leading up to it?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's always moments where doubt creeps in, but then what I would do is I would just kind of like think about it objectively, think about like all the hours I put in, and just really just trying to hone in on like how much I've gotten better, and try not to focus on the outcome of what might happen because we don't know what's going to happen. But doubt always creeps in here and there. But I seem to handle it well and work myself out of it to where when it comes fight day or fight night, um, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock.
The mindset, right? Is it because of the wrestling background, or how did you develop that?
I think just through competing, because I've competed since the age of 4, like wrestling, football. Well, those were the two main sports I did, and then I started fighting, and it's all pretty similar. I mean, the stakes are a little bit higher with fighting because of the money and like obviously like the price you pay with your physical health is a little bit bigger than wrestling, but very similar. Just because no one wants to go out and get embarrassed. That's the biggest thing. It's not even. It's almost not even like getting physically hurt. It's more about getting embarrassed. So I don't know. Just competing for so long, I kind of understand how to handle those stressful situations and how to keep myself calm and cool and collected to where when I go in, I can execute my game plans and do what I'm supposed to do.
You mentioned you will likely return early next year. You got Edwards at number 2, you got Tokov at number 4, and Rosta at number 5. Seems like those
Yeah.
would be the options, right? Who's probably the
Yeah.
most enticing for you?
I would say Tokov because he's the only guy with a win streak, and he's the next best middleweight I think in our division in Bellator. 32-2, really good opponent. I'm really looking forward to fighting him, just to showcase my skills against another high level guy. You know, just to prove how good I really am. Consistently, take guys out like that.
Is that what is being discussed? Can you reveal
I
anything?
mean, as of now, he's the only one that really makes sense.
Yeah.
So, Leon has a fight. I think he's fighting. What's his name? The freaking. He's like an Irish guy.
Queeley?
No, no, no,
No,
no,
not Queeley.
no, Ward.
Ward. Okay. Brandon
Okay,
Ward. Yeah.
Ward. Brandon, or no, is it Brandon Ward? No, it's not Brandon. Charlie Ward. It's
Okay,
Charlie.
Charlie Ward. All right, yeah. There's confuses me all the words.
In welterweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually fought on my last card because it was in Connecticut. I think he's from that area, so he sells a lot of tickets. He's also an exciting fighter. I actually respect he puts on a good show.
Yeah.
He fights. He's a dog. But yeah, Leon Edwards is fighting Charlie Ward either tomorrow or he's fighting him in. Where are the fights for
In
Bellator
Ireland. Tomorrow.
Oh,
Ireland.
so yeah,
Yeah.
this fight
Yeah. You're right.
this week. Yeah.
You might be watching that, huh?
I'll definitely be watching it. But I mean, him and then Yoel's on there too. He was talking about going down to middleweight.
What?
Kind of cool.
I'd
love
that's an enticing one.
Yeah. The only thing is though, I want him to fight a ranked middleweight at least to see if he can make weight. Because I don't want anything weird happening. You know, just to see if he can. You know, if he's really about cutting that weight again.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I feel like
Yeah.
I like my odds in that one. He's an explosive legend, and I would love to take out another legend. You know what I mean?
Of course, man. That's what it's about. Is about getting titles, taking out legends, and making money. That's at the end of the day, right? Have they ever said anything about like Mousasi? What's his deal? Like, is he demanding a rematch or what's going on with him?
Bro, I'm only getting better. I could tell after that he's like, fuck, that kid was good. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he found I think he knew I'm good, but I don't think he really knew how good I was, and how well I mix my striking with my wrestling, and how good my BJJ actually is, and all. I'm just a well-rounded fighter, and he's never seen me been tested. He's never seen me been tested by anybody, and I guess you could say that because of my schedule, who I fought. But I mean, I just did it. I just did it to Mousasi. I did it to John Salter, and I plan on continue to do it. You know what I mean? So, put some respect on my name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people don't, talk about your fight IQ as well. You know what I mean? Like you showed that in the last fight, in the title fight, that you went to what you needed to go to win the fight. You know what I mean? When things got a little spicy, right? So it's, it's interesting to see what you're gonna bring out in the next one.
I try to use this a little bit here and there. You know what I mean? I like to bang. I like to get in there and fight. But at the end of the day, it's about getting that W. And obviously, doing it. You got to do it smart. You can't do it you can't always just be putting on a show and be crazy. And you know how people love the crazy fights where the guys are just fucking going in there and brawling. I mean, there's a time and a place to do it sometimes. I will say that. But yeah, I'd much rather, fight smarter and go home with a win and not take too much damage so my career can continue to go on.
Another thing that could be an option is, Japan. Ryzen's doing those crossover fights. Maybe you could do a fight versus a sumo wrestler. I don't know, man. Is that something that you would do?
I'll do. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do any of that, bro. I'll box, dude. I'll box.
Showtime boxing.
I was talking to Brian Butler, my manager, Sucker Punch, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm probably not gonna fight till early next year. If you can find me a celebrity boxing match or something, I'm game." I've been boxing with my boxing coach. I'm getting him ready. Dia Davis, he's fighting October, I think 8th, down here in Delray, and I've been helping him prepare for that, and I've been sparring with him. I've been getting a lot of sparring rounds. I'm not even preparing for a fight. I just like to fight, dude. I like to spar. I like to train. And yeah, dude. I mean, if something were to pop up, I wouldn't be.
I just thought of this. Those NFL guys, they're boxing now. You got, was it Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson? They just fought, right? What about one of those guys? That would be
fuck yeah. I would love to do that. I would love to sit one of them down.
Le'Veon Bell, let's get it in, man. Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's set it up.
Let's set it up. I'll change your life in a bad way.
And speaking of Japan, man, I saw Bob Sapp was around American Top Team. Did you get to run into him?
Dude, yeah, that dude is fucking huge. Like, just picture King Mo like fell in a vat of acid, and then like, like, dude, that guy is so ripped and so giant, and really nice guy. I think he brought his wife too. Wife was a nice woman, and yeah, I mean, it was cool having him around. Um, Definitely a legend.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, he's taking all the good vitamins out there, and
Oh,
we'll see what all the good ones, man. Hey,
all the best
yeah,
ones.
all the best ones. The ones that that you don't get probably from
Yeah,
certain locations.
right.
Anyways, American Top Team. The thing that is interesting about that place, and I wanted to ask you about is because you trained there, you started your career there, so you started from like no fights to becoming the world champion.
Yeah,
And in that
yeah,
environment, of like training with guys and then training with guys that you might fight or possible opponents, you might see them on a daily basis. Can you explain that and what that does to like a fighter's mentality? I think it creates like some killers, man. Of course, you got crazy champions.
yeah.
So.
It's like I would say there's like a little like it's probably a little bit more pressure on you to like perform, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm really used to that actually because I went to Mizzou, and everybody that wrestled in college knows this. Like, you have maybe 3 or 4 guys at your weight class competing for a starting spot. So it's very similar to like that almost. And they recruit guys, and sometimes like you might be the starter, but the next year they recruit a guy that's better than you at your weight, and then you're fighting for a starting spot again their next year. And it's just like it's like competition anxiety, but in a good way because it's pushing you to perform and do better. So I've been used to this since I mean even in high school they have that, but like you're kind of it's the talent pool is a lot smaller in high school. You get to college, people are literally recruiting people to take your spot or to push you to be better. So yeah, just competition anxiety to push you to perform and do better. I honestly think it's a good thing. So yeah, but it is because you might wrestle your partner or your teammates at like open tournaments. In wrestling matches, it's not that personal, but like fighting is a little bit more. You're gonna be punching in the face, taking some of their money. Because there's showing win bonuses and stuff like that. So um, it's a little bit more personal when it comes to fighting, but I think it's good.
Whenever I see a photo come out of you working with Jorge, I'm automatically thinking Jorge's in camp. This is what I always think. Like when I see you, in a photo,
Yeah,
like training. So, is there something
yeah.
going on? Is there something brewing?
Nothing I know of. No, he's a student of the sport, just like me. I have nothing coming up. I'm sparring like crazy. I'm training. Actually, one of the coaches was like, "Hey man, you train a little less." I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right." But I mean, I took some time off, and I trained for a couple weeks, and I'll take some time off, and then train a couple weeks, and then whenever I have something like in the books, like ready to go, and then I'll like jump into camp, or I'll do like a pre-camp, and then jump into camp. So it's like we're just always training, always picking up new skill sets, always trying to get better. Um, like today, we kind of did some light sparring, some drills, and then he sparred with Gamrot a little bit after. But he's a really good partner, though. I could spar with that guy all day, and like we'd never get hurt. So he's really smart about picking his partners to where he can always come in and train. And I'm similar like that too. But then I like getting hard rounds here and there because I still need to get those hard rounds because I don't have like the experience that George does. So like I helped Christoph Jocko get ready for his fight, and we were getting after it the past couple weeks.
You're the middleweight champ. There's other
Yeah,
middleweight champs around the world. Let's talk
yeah.
about them, right? UFC 281. The middleweight title is going to be up for grabs. Two high-level strikers, Adesanya, Pereira. What do you see going down in this fight?
Honestly, I could see Adesanya, point fighting his way through, because honestly, you watch the kickboxing matches, he was winning and then he got knocked. You know what I mean? So, not to say that Pereira can't win. I think he can. but I think the odds are in Izzy's favor. He has a lot more experience in MMA. He understands the game more. Shit, he might fucking take him down. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that'd be a good curveball. You know what I mean? Just has more experience in MMA, and I mean, he's a crafty son of a bitch. He's good, and Pereira. I mean, Pereira's like he's a really good striker as well, but I feel like you need someone that can strike and wrestle if you want to beat Izzy. You know what I mean? Like someone like a John or what's his last name?
Blahovic.
Blahovic, yeah, something like that. You know, someone that can strike with him, like maybe not be as high level of a striker as him, but can strike with him, but then can also out wrestle him. And that's actually his kryptonite. Like this is probably better for him. A high level striker against another high level striker. So I mean, yeah, I think Adesanya's gonna win. To be honest.
How do you feel like you match up stylistically? Because you come from the wrestling background, and he's faced wrestlers or guys that can wrestle, but nobody has really wrestled him effectively, man. Is his wrestling, his wrestling defense better than, he gets credit for?
Yeah, I think so. He's an athletic dude. And I feel like he puts in the work to, work on his takedown defense or like work on his get-ups. But like, he hasn't fought me. So now I'm a different animal. I have crazy good cardio, good chain wrestling, good. I'm a good wrestler. I mean, I'm a good MMA wrestler. I wasn't the best like college wrestler, but I'm a good MMA wrestler, and I'm developing my striking to where I'm getting dangerous on the feet, and I can switch stances. I bring a lot of problems when it comes to a fight. So it's like you have to prepare me southpaw, me orthodox, my wrestling, my striking. I'm picking up more on my BJJ game. So it's like I'm becoming more and more of a well-rounded fighter. I'm just creating more problems for opponents like this guy. So I think I match up good, but obviously that fight's not going to happen anytime soon. So, and I'm only going to get better. And who knows? He's probably in his prime right now. I wish I could fight him right now and see what would happen. But I mean, we're in two different organizations, so it is what it is. But I would love to fight him, in the future. And it's just something I want to fight the who's who in MMA, and he's one of the who's who. So it's just a fight I want eventually.
The last thing, man, from me is the best. We've talked a few times, but I feel like the best quote didn't even come from our interview, which was, "If you don't fuck with kimchi, you're fucking up." Like, when we're gonna get that merch, man? When we're gonna get that merch? Because I'll buy that shirt.
Dude, yeah. Sure. Fucking Schmo. He's actually, dude, cool. That was the first interview I've ever done with him. Sean Strickland hooked me up with him because he does interviews with Sean all the time. They're fucking hilarious. And then I was out in Vegas. And he was asking me about it. He's like, "Hey, you want to do an interview with Schmo?" I'm like, sure. It was like after sparring, Schmo watched our sparring and everything, and then started interviewing us after. He I obviously did a little bit of research on me, and then he's like, "So you're Korean, but you have a red beard and all this shit," kind of teased me, and I thought it was funny. And then he's like, what? I think he said like kimchi's a shit or something. He was like, "I fuck with kimchi." I was like, "Yeah, if you don't fuck with kimchi, you're fucking up."
Yeah. I would love to see that shirt and then your mom, a picture of your mom like
Dude,
underneath it.
Oh my god! I'm doing it
with the Bellator belt like right here, and then like some kimchi in her hand or something like that.
Yes.
Come on, let's get that.
Yeah, dude, I gotta get that made. My mom's actually gonna be in town in a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna have to make that happen. I have to get a photo.
Yeah.
Holding the belt with some kimchi.
Let's do it.
Sure. It's like if you don't fuck with kimchi, you're fucking up.
Everybody would wear it, man. Everybody would wear it. That's just one of those shirts. Johnny, man, I appreciate you, man, for the time. Get back to work, man, tomorrow morning, and get better every day. That's what it's about, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, champ.
No problem.